Hi everyone, it's Anne, your SI. I just wanted to go over today how to construct a Venn diagram for three sets. Today we're going to start with, I've already written out the universal set. The universal set is right here. It's universal. And universal set means that these are all the numbers that are encompassed within this problem. So when you have a setup of a universal set, you know what is supposed to be where inside of these Venn diagrams. If it doesn't lie within an A, B, or C circle, it'll lie on the outside within this box. So your universal set will be sitting out here. That's your U. And my circles are A, B, B, and C. And the reason I know they're A, B, and C is because they're listed right here as my A, B, and C values. So when I go through these three sets, I try to find out what they have in common by going in order of what the universal set leads out. So the universal set, it starts with 1 and it ends with 10, and it's all natural numbers in between there. What I mean by natural numbers is that it's just a regular counting number. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way up to 10. And I also call them whole numbers because there's no zero involved. And if that's a confusing point for you, I will definitely go over that in an SI session if you have questions on that. But with these sets, so I go through and I check my universal starting with 1. Okay, so with 1, I'm looking at 1 and I'm seeing which circle has 1 in it or will have 1 in it. And so B, I see as the only value that has a 1. And since B only has a value of 1, like only B, I put the 1 in this section of the circle. Why do I put it in that section of the circle? It's because it doesn't cross over with any other circle. It doesn't share it with A, it doesn't share it with C, and it doesn't share it with both of them at the same time. So when we move on to 2, we see that A and C both have the value of 2. And so when A and C both have the value of 2, I'm going to look for that shared area that A and C have right here. And what I'm looking at within this is that it's only shared with A and C, but it's not saying that it's shared with B over here. So if it's only shared with A and C, it's going to be this portion of that circle, that football right there. The reason is because this portion right in here, that right there is considered A, B, and C area. So when we move on to the next number, we look at number 3. And 3 is shared in A right here and B right here, but I don't see it in C. So again, I'm going to look for that shared area of A and B and not C. So that would be right here. Again, we're going to look at 4. So 4 right down here. I only see C having 4. So again, if it's not shared with any other circle, the A or the B, then we're going to put that in the larger portion of that C area where it doesn't touch anywhere else. And we're going to look at 5 now. 5 I only see in A. So I'm going to place that over here in A in that same isolated area where it doesn't overlap between B or C. 6 I see all 3 of them. I see it present in all 3. And so with 6 being present in all 3 values, that's going to be that center part where all 3 circles are touching. So this would be that or that intersection, as we call it. So that 6 would go right here. Now 7 I only see as an A value. So I'm going to place that up here as well in that A circle, again, where nothing else is touching. With 8, 8 I see shared with C and B. So I'm going to go ahead and place that 8 in that C and B value that is shared. And then 9 I see is only a C value. So I place that in that C isolated section. And then 10. Well, 10, I don't see anywhere within that A, B, or C. So that 10 is going to be placed outside. It's still a number within that universal set, but it's not a number that's placed in A, B, or C. So it's going to go inside of that box, that holding container, because it's going to be a value that's present, but it's not included inside of those circles. So hopefully this helped clarify a little bit of how I go through these constructing a Venn diagram for 3 sets and how to put where all of the numbers or where all of the values that are inside of that universal set where they should go. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. You can email me through the internal messaging system on D2L, or you can come find me in one of my SI sessions. Thanks so much for listening.